Hey guys, so I quickly wanted to go over disinfection procedure. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this video because this is something I've talked about before. I'm going to link it down below. I just did a video like 3-4 weeks ago where I talked about how I clean my tools, and that's basically what I'm saying out loud right now, but like me doing it like in action. So if you want to see exactly how I do it, I'm going to link the video down below because I've already made it. But this is something that came up on my Instagram story. So Barbicide is a great disinfectant when it's used properly, but I was seeing it being used in not an effective way, commonly on Instagram, just because that's where I spend the most of my time. So I was just seeing this trend of people like using barbicide but not really having a full understanding of like what it's doing or like how you're supposed to use it properly. So I just want to quickly go over the steps. So first of all, barbicide is a disinfectant. So if you know about like sanitation procedure, you're going to sanitize first, which is going to be removing the dirt, debris, the hair, all of that. And then you go into disinfecting. And that's going to be spraying on your disinfectant using your barbicide or whatever disinfectant you're going to be cleaning with. It could be bleach, just whatever you're going to use in your shop. I like Citrus 2 for broad spectrum disinfectant. And then there's sterilizing, which we're not going to be doing a lot of. Some people sterilize, some people don't. I don't sterilize. I don't have a sterilizing machine. Because basically what it does is it heats your equipment to such a high temperature that it would kill any bacteria. But that's not something that we would typically do in a grooming salon. So let's just kind of focus on sanitation and disinfecting. So for brushes and combs, the first thing, and I've talked about this before, but just in case you're new to my videos, I'm a former cosmetologist. All of this is coming straight out of my hair school book that I got whenever I attended hair school and graduated. I've mentioned this before, but the only way to get this book is to actually go through hair school and graduate to get a cosmetology book. I'm trying really hard to find you a good alternative that you guys can reference, but until then, I'm going to use this as my reference. So the brush and comb procedure I have pulled up right here, so I'm just going to be reading this to you. So step 1 in the brush and comb procedure, and this is going to be the same for your shears, is to remove all of the hair from your brushes, your combs, your shears. So for brushes and combs, that's pretty self-explanatory. Just pull it out. For a brush, sometimes I'll take my comb and like so the bristles are like up, and I'll like scoop behind the bristles. Does that make sense? And I'll pull the hair out with my comb, and then I just pull the hair off the comb. So that's going to be removing all of that. The next step in the brush and comb and disinfection procedure would be to wash the brush or comb thoroughly with soap and water to remove any dirt, grease, or oil. I personally use Ship Shape for this. It's like an old school cosmetology product. You can buy it at Sally's. It's like a yellow bag. It's back in their cleaning section in Sally's, like where the barbicide is. That's what I use. I mix some Ship Shape with some hot water, and I just let my stuff soak in it for a couple minutes and rinse it. And after I rinse it, I can like really feel how clean it is. So that's actually step 3 is the rinsing. So you're gonna clean your equipment, you're going to rinse it really well, and then pat your equipment dry, so pat your brushes, your combs, whatever, dry, to avoid any dilution when immersed into your disinfectant. So you're going to sanitize them with your soap, rinse them off, dry them, and then you're going to put them in your disinfectant. So that was the first thing I really wanted to address with barbicide, is I see a lot of people just like go like, oh, this brush is dirty, like, and like not even clean it or anything and throw it straight in the barbicide. And if you follow this procedure, then that is incorrect. That is one of the first things that I learned in hair school, was the procedures for sanitizing and disinfecting, and that was one of the first no-nos that they told us, was you never put dirty tools directly in barbicide. Like, they should already be clean whenever you go to disinfect them. They shouldn't be covered in hair, they shouldn't be covered in oil or whatever. So with your shears, well, let's make it through brush and combs first to just make it easy. So you've made it through, you've done your sanitizing, you've washed them, you've dried them, and now they're ready to go in the disinfectant. So you're going to put them in the disinfectant, follow timing instructions from the manufacturer. So for Barbicide, I know it's 10 minutes. So you're going to leave it in for 10 minutes. And then step 5 is remove the brush or comb with forceps, tongs, and gloved hands. Follow manufacturer's directions for rinsing and drying. Now, that's really important, and I wanted to focus on that for a second. So as you just heard, it says to remove your brushes and combs from the disinfectant with gloved hands, tongs, or forceps. So basically, it does not want you to touch that disinfectant with your hands. So that being said, that I want to focus on that because I want to create that understanding that you guys need to be rinsing your tools of the Barbicide before you apply them directly to a dog. And if you're ever in a hair salon and you watch your hairstylist take that comb out of the Barbicide, pat it dry real quick, and try to put it on you, say something. Be like, oh, I'm sorry, would you mind rinsing that comb off with some water before you use it on me? And you can just make up a fib and just be like, I'm really sensitive to chemicals, because that's what they should be doing. And I have witnessed hairstylists pull stuff out of Barbicide and use it directly on the client, and that's not what they're supposed to do. I have it right here in my book, and I know it says it in their book too when they went to hair school. So don't do that to your clients. It's not good for you to be touching the disinfectant. It certainly would not be good for the dog's skin for you to use a comb that has been soaking in Barbicide and not rinsed directly on a dog. So you'll want to rinse it thoroughly again and then dry it off all the way through. And then one more thing I wanted to talk about. Groomers, for some reason, I have seen put their blades and their shears into Barbicide and let them soak. Barbicide solution is like mainly water. Water plus metal equals bad. So for me personally, I would never soak my blades or my shears in Barbicide. In my opinion, that's asking for rust. You can do whatever you want. You may disagree with me. I've seen people like to do that. That's your thing, but also if you start to notice rust on your equipment and you're not like a mobile groomer or something, because also mobile grooming, the moisture in the van can create rust as well. But if you're having rust and you don't think you should be, it's probably from soaking equipment in Barbicide. There's really no need to do that because the disinfectant, the Cool Care sprays, the Oster has one, like any Clipper Side, any of those, the 5-in-1 Clipper sprays, they're going to usually disinfect, they lubricate, they cool the clippers down, they also prevent rust. So basically that's all you need. You need to, when you're disinfecting your shears, and again, in the video that I linked in the description, this is in there as well. So you're going to wipe the dirt and oil and whatever off of your shears. Hopefully there's not dirt. That just came out. But anyway, you're going to wipe off the hair or whatever. I say hopefully there's no dirt because try not to cut dirty hair unless they're like cheap, crappy shears. And if they're cheap, crappy shears, like the maintenance isn't going to matter as much. But like, I don't know. I don't prefer to cut dirty hair. So anyway, and take all the dirt and debris off of your shears. And so just wipe it off with a cloth. And then you can spray it with your disinfectant. And then you use your oil. That's another important thing, is oiling your blades and your shears. You need to make sure you are oiling. You will severely increase the life of your blades and shears by oiling. So, again, metal on metal, that's going to create like friction. So you want that oil in there so everything's nice and smooth. So that's just kind of a quick rundown from a cosmetologist point of view of the brush and comb cleaning procedure and proper shear maintenance. I also saw that Groomer TV did a quick segment with Jonathan David where he quickly showed how he does his shears. He also showed how to make sure that they're adjusted properly. So that's a great video. It's like 3 minutes. So do yourself a favor, take 3 minutes of your time and jump on over there and check that video out because it is really good. It's a good refresher for shear maintenance to make sure you're taking care of them properly. Last thing I wanted to add, because I know a lot of you guys use the ultrasonic cleansers. So the ultrasonic cleaners, they use a high-frequency sound to create a cleansing action that cleans areas on implements or tools that are difficult to reach with a brush. Hand cleaning is eliminated through the use of the ultrasonic cleaners. But prior to using the disinfectant is when the ultrasonic cleaners are used. So that means this is not a replacement for your disinfectant. Like, you can clean with your ultrasonic cleaner. Basically, your ultrasonic cleaner is taking away the sanitation phase. So like when you're watching my video and I'm doing all this stuff with the Ship Shape and actually like sitting there cleaning them and letting them soak and stuff, you would take that out with the ultrasonic cleaner. They're going to sit in there. The vibrations will get all of that cleaning done for you. So you remove that step, but you don't remove the barbicide step. So I just wanted to add that in there because I know a lot of you guys use those. But again, if you want to see how I clean my tools, the video's down below. Go check it out. Like I said, I thought about linking little clips in this video, but I think that it makes more sense to just go watch the other video I already recorded for you. So go check it out if you're interested in more learning about your tools. But I just really wanted to iterate, never put dirty tools directly into barbicide. You need to be removing all the hair and stuff off of your tools before you clean them, whether it be your shears, your blades, your combs, whatever. You never, like, the first step in any cleaning process should always be to remove the hair. So never like immerse your blades or anything into a cleaning solution with hair all over it. Like, your first step should always be to remove the hair. I see people that remove their hair like halfway through their cleaning process, and it's like, no, you need to remove that before you even start your cleaning process. So anyway, I hope that helped to clarify on some cleaning procedures that will make your life a lot easier and keep your tools cleaner and lasting longer. So anyway, I hope that this helped. Go check out that other video if you want to see how I clean my stuff. I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. Bye.